Disclaimer. The following program delves into sensitive political, moral, and religious topics. The host's unique perspectives may challenge traditional viewpoints and provoke thoughtful conversations. That's the point, though. Viewer discretion is advised, as the content is intended for mature audiences who appreciate nuanced discussions on complex subjects. The content discussed here is for entertainment purposes only. Enjoy the show.
So, here we are, new setting, new,
Got a new little ambiance going on,
everything new, new for number 2, welcome to another season 2 of, the Fourth Wall Podcast Show. It's me. Hopefully you still remember who it is, SeeJayy, the architect, along with my co-host here.
It's your boy, man. It's your boy, Taus. It's only a matter of time until they get my other Instagram.
Since the span we had the break, didn't you get hit again or something?
I got hit again, I think I learned my lesson. I got like 3 other in the holster just in case. But this is the collateral damage of when you're trying to keep it real, man.
It's still hot out here in these streets with the current situation going on between Israel and Palestine. Before we get into that, again, follow us at Fourth Wall Podcast Show on Instagram at Fourth Wall Show, and follow me at my Instagram at SeeJayy the Kid. And what's yours now?
So at Taus got sauce, man.
Okay.
But yeah, man, it's been there's a lot going on, you know what I'm saying? But first of all, I just wanna wish everybody a happy late October 7th,
Yeah, it's October what's today? October 10th?
October 10th.
October 10th. So yeah, a lot of things before we get into that, NBA basketball is back, man. Shout out John Morant,
So hopefully, man. Relax.
Hopefully, hey, but it's coming, man. John Morant, he gonna, take this season to remind everybody. We've been hearing a lot about Anthony Edwards. Shout out to him, doing this thing. But but still, I'm rooting for Dallas this year. I want to see Luka get that. My boy Kyrie, But what else is going on since we've been out? It's October 10th. Halloween's coming up, so everybody stay safe out there. Keep yourself, safe from these spirits. They use Halloween to, get these kids, into that spirit of, demons and stuff. So just know if you want to still be part of the festivities, I understand, the temptation or the pressure, peer pressure of, everyone else is doing it. I don't want to, cool. But just, keep yourself safe, Pray before you go out into these,
pray before you take part mazes, in this degenerate shit.
These mazes, these Universal Studios, they got the Horror Nights and stuff.
How about
like
you
that,
do this?
Queen
How about
Mary
you just look
like
into
that.
the origins of Halloween first?
We all know, man.
No,
if you went to church,
we all don't.
If you went to church as a kid,
it
and
depends on what type of church
you're just going about it again because peer pressure.
Not every church is the same, man. A lot
you're
of these
right,
churches
you're right,
be on
yeah,
some weird
you're right.
shit.
I would hope you guys went to a good church, like that I
The
fortunately
church is
did
corrupted.
go to.
The church is taking over. All right.
But yeah, man. So yeah, October 7th just passed. It's funny because it's not funny. I'm sorry.
It's a little funny. To me, it's a little funny because to me, October 7th, I would make it a holiday in commemoration to the idea of rebellion.
Well,
in commemoration.
It's only the first year, so of course it's new. But that's why I'm kind of like, wait, hold up.
I say happy October 7th. Happy October 7th to anybody out there that is all for rebellion, that is all for, defending your rightful land, that is all for, taking a shot at the empire.
I don't think that specific act that day was an act of defense.
Look, it's
a
shame.
I think it was more of an act of retaliation.
It's a shame.
But you can't.
It's a shame that Israel had to kill their own people in order to justify a genocide. But that being said, yeah. Oh, you didn't hear about? You didn't know? You didn't know that they
Hey,
took their
season
Apache
2, baby.
helicopters?
Season 2, we going else.
You didn't hear about them taking their Apache helicopters, killing their own people, and then blaming Hamas for it? Have you seen a rocket launcher burn somebody alive?
I mean, to go to that extent, it would be crazy.
It's not that
to
crazy.
be,
The evidence is out
know.
there.
But staying on topic of
We are
that
on
specific
topic.
day, that
That's what happened on that day.
it seems that Americans now are putting in a part of their calendar, because I was younger when 9/11 happened, but I remember when that happened.
Yeah,
what was the key word of who? Terrorist attack.
Right.
Terrorist attack. Okay, there are many terrorist attacks that have happened since then.
Right.
I haven't seen us have, like, I remember going on TV, CNN, breaking news, everyone on this day, remembrance. It's like, wait, did this happen in the States? Like, did this happen in the States? Nah, this happened in Israel. I understand, it's a horrible thing, but
I call
we're
it
going
occupied
about it.
Palestine, but sure, you can
We're
call it
going
whatever.
about it as if, like, it's something that should make us feel like, oh, this is happening to us. Like, we got to do something. Like, trying to program us to, like, oh, this is terrible. Who would do something like this? Who would do something like this to these
Israelis.
people? They're like, you have, like, Israeli people coming like, oh, yeah, it's terrible. It's been a year. I still can't find because there's still 100 people missing.
I ain't
They're
gonna
like,
lie, bro.
I can't find
when
my
that shit
son
happened,
and stuff like that.
True story. There's one dude we met at one of them. It was like a forum that we did or whatever, that self development shit. Remember when we do ADT and shit? There's one Israeli dude I went to like this thing with. I ain't talked to dude for like almost like a year. Bro hits me up on Instagram.
Oh, okay.
Hits me and my brother up on Instagram like, oh, can you post about what's going on? I'm like, bruh,
Post.
the fuck is you talking about? No hi, hello, nothing. You just like post about
I'm
this.
telling you, this whole
Bro,
situation.
he didn't even like offer me a bag. You paying motherfuckers a bag to be like, hey,
wanted you to
simp
post about
for
what,
Israel.
though?
I'll give you $1 million to simp for Israel. Not even that. He just like, bro, post about us, bro. Like, I'm like, bro, I don't want to get into this shit. At first I was trying to play middle ground. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, hey man, I'm trying to keep things cool.
Because you already knew your answer. You were like, I don't want to tell you.
Trying to pester me. It got to the point where just like I try to keep it diplomatic with my response. And then this is the thing about these people, man. Like the littlest thing, the littlest thing. You know what I'm saying? They're just like, oh, what are you talking about? Like both sides. What are you talking about, bro? Have you been watching the news? I was like,
that's true. They expect you to immediately side. If you don't like side with like Israel, I'm just gonna say is the Israel side.
Yeah.
They're like, what do you mean? Because remember, what's his name, Nathan Nadhu, or however you pronounce his name. He was saying on his speech, he was like, how, like, have you guys not seen this and that? Trying to make it seem like, wait, so you're telling us we should be like on your side. That's what you're saying. He's like,
telling
if
us
you guys
to
aren't on our side, like we're gonna win no matter what. He was like, we don't need to, like we have to win this. Like I'm like, dang, this guy is very
bro. It's just like,
and all America does in this point in time, at least who we have in office, which is Biden, all he does is say, all right, what do you need? What do you mean? What do you need? He's saying, man, we need to get rid of these guys. You guys are gonna help us. Biden's like, what you're doing is not right. Genocide is not right. But yeah, what do you need? Here's some weapons. Here's some. It's like, what? What are we doing here?
look, if there's
Oh my
any
God.
evidence,
I'm
first of all,
confused.
like
I'm confused.
a year ago, man, like again, the same dude trying to hit me up, trying to get me and my brother to like post something, like trying to like push us.
They're
to
like,
post some
hey,
shit.
America's giving, so y'all got to give us.
the level of entitlement
That's
just,
the thing. That's
which
the
just
thing.
pissed me off
That's the
more
thing,
because
you know?
I'm the type of dude, man. I don't like being told what to do. You get what I'm trying to say? And then the second thought in my head was like, you live in a multi-million-dollar mansion in America. Fuck is you talking about oppression? Like he tried to talk about like it's like if there was the victim Olympics, these people would win gold every single time.
It's funny you bring that up because, again, that day that, on the news, they're talking to like Israelis. There was this one lady. She was like, oh, it's not about being a Jew. It's being a human. Like it's all of us. Like it's not just affecting us. Like it should be affecting everybody. It's like, okay, I'm registering that in my head. I'm like, I feel bad for you. I do.
You did?
But it's like, again, to the human, it's like, her family's law. I understand, I got a family too. If my family was missing, I'd be like, damn,
I'm trying to
can
pay.
somebody? But here's the thing, it's like, I'm thinking like, I feel you, like, I feel
You
for you,
feel
but it's
that?
like,
You felt them?
what do
Pause.
like black people like when slavery was going on, right?
Exactly.
Were they saying, come on, what y'all doing is, yeah, sure, the women and the children, but for the most part, the vibe was, all right, we gonna stand our ground, we gonna, that's what it was. It was like, hey, we gonna tough it out, we gonna fight for our rights, and that's what happened. These days you don't see us being like, oh, okay, yeah, no, we just keep doing. Well, we got our black president. What's going on right now? We got another black president who may win. And then some people are like, oh, we got another black president. Oh, yeah, black. But that's the steady climb, right? Instead of, oh, yeah, man, that kind of like,
There's a lot
like
of
you said, that like entitlement.
inaccuracies.
Like, oh, man, like we're Jewish. Like, y'all should like help us out. It's
Yeah,
like,
bro,
what do you
it's always
mean?
like,
Like, we should help you out.
we should
I
help
don't want
ourselves.
to, and again, I don't want to, ruffle any feathers. LGBTQ community.
Same
thing, same
shit.
attitude. It's
Same
like,
dynamic.
oh, well, we've been through this. It's like, yo, chill. Like, y'all brand new. Like, this just happened. Like, y'all relax.
Yeah, I just don't. Be
That
messing with it,
entitlement
man.
where it's like, oh, you should, like, you can't. It's like you make it to where it's like you have to tiptoe, right?
I'm done tiptoeing.
White people don't tiptoe. You have some white people who you can, when a white person is like tiptoeing around a black person, like when they meet you, when they're trying to be like non-offensive. You notice that and you're like, relax, like I'm not even like that, like just be you. I admit, when I'm with like, and I have gay friends, I have bi friends, whatever, whatever sexuality they are, I have those friends or acquaintances.
Isn't that like the same shit?
Or acquaintances, I don't know, whatever it is. But
you gay.
but
right?
sometimes like when I greet them, like I'll run into him and I'll be like, hey, what's up, dude? And then in my head, I'm like, oh shit, man, but then I'm
you be
like,
caring about that
like,
stuff.
but I don't even know if they get like, oh, he's just used to saying dude, but consciously, like it affects me. I'm like, oh shit. Sometimes I'm like that. If I run into someone else, I'm like, oh, what's up, man? Or, oh, hey, dude. I'm like, oh shit, they may, so it's not like me trying to be a certain way or be rude. It's just like naturally, I'm like, oh shit. I'm still adjusting.
I don't know, man.
Same with Jewish people. It's like, oh, I can't say this. I have Jewish, acquaintances. I work with Jewish people. I run into all the time. But it's like, oh shit, I can't. If I say this, they might be like, oh damn, maybe he doesn't like me. It's like, no, it's not true. It's not true. Like we're cool. It's more, I'm just being, more broad. But so it's like when you have that feeling around a certain group of people, it's because those people have set that bar of like, you better be careful what you say around me. Oh, you better, that type of entitlement is like, I don't like that.
I'm done with it, bro. If there's anything this conflict has woken me up to, it's really black-pilled me on a lot of shit, man. Like, it's gotten to the point where just like, I just don't care no more. You're not going to try to censor us. If there's one thing that is woken me up to this reality that our actual government, America, is not, again, I said this before, is not a real country. It's been overtaken. There's an occupation going on in Palestine. There's an occupation going on in America, in our government. All these people are sellouts. They don't represent the people. Look at the way it's so disgusting, the way that these people simp for Israel. You know what I'm saying?
Bro.
It's just like the biggest mafia in the world. And you gonna tell me, you gonna have the gall to come and tell me, why don't you support us? Did you know I was raised Muslim? First of all,
It's so
like,
obvious
do you
what they're
understand? Like, look, at the end of the day, when you're gonna try to be like diplomatic or be, have like a sense of humanity, you want to have a certain level of trying to put yourself in the other person's shoes to have their perspective on things. Zionists, Israelis, to me, it seems like they're incapable of doing that. They're so like their heads are so far up their ass that they're like incapable of seeing outside of their world, And a lot of the time, it just seems like you could go through. Look, Twitter is a cesspool, but at the end of the day, you see people's true nature on that platform.
But is it their? I don't know. I could ask the question: is it their fault? But I guess if they run these corporations and media and stuff like that, it's just majority rules, right?
Look, to a certain degree,
because it's like you watch the news and like you're saying, yeah, I'm watching the news. They're like, oh yeah, they're showing when was it Iran started sending the missiles?
Yeah, when they were
Launch the
defending
missiles at 'em.
themselves, when Iran was defending themselves.
Exactly. They're broadcasting that live. They're like, oh, it's such a horrible day. You can see the missiles coming, blah, 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 like making it very terrorist. Like, oh, this is very horrible. It's like, why aren't y'all showing what they're doing though, or what they did? Like every time I turn on the news, it's Hamas, Hamas, Hamas. It's like, why aren't y'all showing us what they did to them though? Like, show us that. Like, if you're gonna show the highlights, like show from both teams. Like, don't just show one side. Like, that's what I'm talking about. Like,
Again, that's why I said it. That's why I'm this conflict has black pilled me to a certain degree, where it's like
it is. Yeah, it's taught us
there's
some
being
stuff.
red pilled and there's being black pilled, where it's just like, dude, this is going to reveal the wolf from the sheep. If you don't have any level of discernment to understand that these mainstream media outlets are all run by the same power group, then you're just not, I mean, you're just low IQ at that point, You're either low IQ or just very, like, you're just in denial at that point. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, the truth is oftentimes suppressed. So if you really want to find out what the truth of things are, like, you got to do some deep digging.
Yeah, but to that point, I don't think it's that easy then. So you can't really say you're too dumb or whatever. It's just a matter of it's just quick. Again, people just want quick news. Whatever they hear, all right. If they hear it enough times, they're gonna stick with it. It's up to you if you want to do the digging. It doesn't mean you're dumb. You may just not have the interest to do the digging. You may have other things that are more.
Well, no, you're right. I agree with you. I think the way that America is set up right now. I mean, just the way that
I actually envy those people, because it's like, damn, they don't have to worry about.
But the thing is, like, with us, like, again, they're like trying to get us to sympathize. Like, October 7th is the worst thing that happened since the Holocaust. Like, I'm like, dude, I'm trying to pay I'm trying to pay my car note. You feel me?
Say that actually.
I'm over here trying to like support my family. You know what I'm saying? You over here trying to tell me to take part in your quote unquote oppression. Y'all still crying about the Holocaust. You know what I'm saying? And look, I don't want to get too deep into that stuff right now, but numbers ain't adding up.
It's gonna stay for a while. It's something that's gonna hurt for a while.
Look, this is what I will tell people right now if I haven't said it before already.
Blacks still bring up slavery.
Huh?
Blacks still bring up slavery.
Blacks still bring up slavery, but the numbers add up. Okay? Hey. Why are there wooden gates in a gas chamber? That's all I'm gonna say. Okay. My other thing is this: is just like, look up dancing Israelis. Okay. Look up what actually happened in this, October 7th. Look up the Hannibal Directive. These are things that people should be searching up, and then make your interpretation, then make your decision on who's telling the truth, who's the ones that are capping, and who has the history of lying more often than not. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, it ain't doing the stereotypes any favors. You get what I'm trying to say?
So, to that point, we have the president still going on about it, right? And you can tell they'll talk about it. And my thing, I used to think maybe a couple months ago, the whole Israel-Palestine thing was going to be like a big point, like for the presidents or the nominees to actually like talk about like what y'all going to do about the whole Israel situation. But you can tell they're glossing over it.
They're trying to sidestep it because
they're glossing, and everybody hates Trump so much, right? It should seem like, okay, it's a done deal. Kamala, you should have it in the bag, right? If Trump is such a bad guy, how could this be such a close race, right? So why not ask about the whole Israel situation? It's because what she's going to say would have her knocked out. It's because she can't say, what's she going to say? Oh, yeah, we're going to have to, I'm watching news the other day, Wolf Blitzer, he's talking to some other guy. So tell us, what is America's plan if Israel wants to retaliate after Iran had sent the missiles? He said, dancing around the question. Well, we're gonna stay neutral, but if they ask us to, help them out, we're gonna have to do what the treaty, said. It's like, so are you gonna help them or not? He's like, well, all I can say is what Iran did, they're gonna pay heavily. But it's like, damn, like, so you're gonna help them out, okay?
Look, I want to start a movement, okay, to all the true Americans out there, all right? Because right now, with these two scam artists running for president, and I used to like Trump.
I admired his
gotten to the point
journey,
where it's like this guy,
his run, yeah.
He's not. I'm one of those people who's like, he's not right wing enough anymore. Like, dude, when I see this guy put on a yarmulke, when I see this guy, oh my God, like when I see this dude just like he was supposed to be the candidate that was supposed to be anti-war, anti-abortion. And then now he's walking back all that stuff. And now it's like who are we voting for? We're voting for either Zionism.
Isn't he still anti-abortion?
No, he's saying
all he said was he would like.
He's not an absolutist on anti-abortion.
Yeah,
look, I'm an absolutist. I'm an absolutist. If you're gonna be no on something, stand on it.
The no exceptions rule.
No exceptions.
There's an exception.
Yeah, I'm not.
There's only one non-exception though. I don't want to hear it was an accident. Oopsie. Nah.
I don't like.
See, that's when I get pissed. And this is me and my family. I grew up a Christian. I grew up in a Christian household, so it's like, it's like, yeah, there's an exception. If you get raped or incest or that stuff, yeah, sure, that makes sense. Life or death
why
situation.
Should the baby have to suffer?
You're in the hospital. Again, that's not my choice. You want to do what you want to do, cool. Same thing with LGBTQ. The Bible has something. It says something in the Bible, right? Yeah. But hey, you can do what you do. It just, it is what it is.
What you mean? The Bible said you can do what you do?
No, I'm saying you can do what you want to do. That's for you and God to decide.
I'm about to say.
But I'm saying there is one non-exception. I don't want to hear no whoopsie. Oh, I was drunk and I just thought I thought I loved him, or nah. Stop having sex, man. Stop having sex. Stop pushing. Oh yeah, watch this show. What's the freaking HBO one? The Euphoria. High school kids, fucking and doing. It's like, stop promoting it and making these kids like, oh, I had sex with my boyfriend in high school. I kept the baby and now I don't know. It's like, well,
there you go. Here's another thing. Just like all this propaganda, all these shows and stuff like that are promoting this type of stuff. Just go find out who these producers are and who runs Hollywood and shit like that.
Like that's an obvious one though.
Yeah, but aside from that point, just back to this movement, okay? Because Trump used to be this. Now he's straight away from it. Now he's simping for his masters, the same masters that control Kamala. Nobody aside from one person in Washington, his name is Representative Thomas Massey. That's the only guy there that's not bought out by AIPAC. Nobody is America first. There's people that are America first.
Okay, yeah.
I'm America only. No money to any other no money to any other country. No more world policing shit. Keep the money here. No more handouts. America only. Let Israel fight its own war. Let Palestine fight its own war. No more jets to this country. No more meddling with this government. None of that stuff.
Sure, but he has to appeal to us. He just got convicted of all these sexual cases.
I mean, who cares?
He has to now pay to those people who got him out. Who got him out of those situations?
Well, yeah.
How is he still running for president?
That's
while Diddy is in jail still, in a cell rotting, when he could be in his home trying to fight this case.
Look. Don't make the false equivalence.
We'll get there later.
Let him rot.
But Trump, he's running for president, man. So yeah, I think we know who's allowing this to happen.
Yeah,
so of course he's going to be
but who is it though? See, America. You see. See, I'll stand on it. But notice. Just notice this.
So he got to pay his dues.
This tomfoolery. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's like we're such a controlled. Like we're not a real country, man. We need to take our country back. And look how much of a.
I'm like Macklemore. Huh? I'm like Macklemore. Fuck America.
I mean, look, I ain't gonna say all that, bro. I ain't gonna say all that.
You're America only. I'm just like, hey, y'all can. I'm gonna be at peace.
Look,
Japan.
the idea of
Beat you up.
America is a beautiful thing. Certain things that happen in this country, yeah, a lot of ugly shit happened, but we're here now. We should take it back. You know, we were built on that idea of rebelliousness. We were built on that idea of like we're the shit, but we're not really the shit right now because the people that are controlling our government, they don't represent us.
It's not going to end soon, man. It's not going to end.
But look, look how much of a scare they had with the January 6th. You know, they made it almost as bad as like 9/11. Why? Because the people rose up. The people.
I mean, it was an attack.
It wasn't an attack. They tried
On a
to.
historical, you know.
No, it wasn't an attack. That's the narrative. They let these people in. They let these people in.
They got video. What was going on in the videos? It was just
The video literally shows the police officers letting them in.
No.
Letting
But
them
all
walk
that
around.
chaos that was going on. That
The
was
chaos was started because if you look into it, there's certain people that had ties with the CIA that caused a ruckus there to create.
Oh, like
it's
okay,
it's a false flag to make it seem like it was the worst thing that ever happened.
Yeah, they had
but I'm gonna tell you right now,
actors.
we need to do that shit for real. Okay. Again, this is a comedy podcast. You know what I'm
This is a
saying? I'm not
comedy
trying to
podcast.
like incite no
It ain't
violence,
no
nothing
comedy,
like
man.
that.
It's just
you know?
it's funny, but it ain't no comedy.
I'm just saying, as a possible solution, if we all, as Americans, just liberal, conservative, whatever the hell, if you just America first, you know,
First, damn man.
march into that Capitol, kick these crooked pieces of shit out of there, and take back our country. That would be a beautiful thing. That's how America started. You know, we did that against the British. We got to do that as people.
Hey man,
Become a militia and do it again.
You
That's
got
what
a
they
month-
fear.
You got a month coming up. If you really want to fight, like this guy's telling you to, go and vote. I'm not telling you to.
Go and vote.
I'm not telling
Yeah.
you because
Voting.
I'm
That'll
not- I'm not
that'll
even
make a
gonna-
difference.
I'm not going to vote personally. I'm just telling you because you're going to be hearing that a lot. So, as a actual official podcast, we just got to tell you, go and vote. You know, that's how you can do the fight. If you don't want to do it with the hands,
No,
if you don't
dude.
want to do it with
Listen,
the hands.
listen. No. Vote locally if you want to.
vote.
But
Yes,
your
'cause
vote-
those are important though. Those are important. Those local votes, those prop everything.
Your
like,
vote,
those yeah.
Your vote for the
for
president.
those.
Your vote for the president of the United States
Yeah, that-
does not make a difference. It does. They already know. They already
Just write your
chose.
name.
They already chose who it's gonna be. All right. If you
Just
want to
write
be,
your name
if
on
you want to be like a real American patriot, write it in. Write in either Representative Thomas Massey or write in Kanye. That's what I would do. But if you really want to be like a sucker, go wait in line.
Hey, what about Elon? What about Elon?
Huh?
What about Elon?
I'm gonna say this as clear as possible. Fuck Elon Musk. He a bitch.
Nah, we love you over here, bro.
No, I don't. You a bitch,
Come on
bro.
the podcast.
You thought you was. We thought you was cool, and then look. I knew what I had to know when I see you hanging out with Ben Shapiro. I already know what's up. You a bitch, bro. You really is. You a mark, bro. Man. Anybody, this is another red flag. Anybody that's out here still promoting the idea of space travel, you compromise.
That's a different.
Yeah, it's different, but hey, man.
I admire it. I'm all for the future. You know.
Yeah, man. My
Let's
boy
go to
simping
space.
over here, man.
Let's go to space.
You know, that's why he got to play the middleman on this podcast. You know what I'm saying? He's still trying to run for president. I'm done, so.
Hey, man. Before we get into the last topic for tonight, though, we don't have a sponsor yet, but like I said, we trying to keep it outside of the states because we might delve on some topics that the people in the states don't want us to be talking about. So we going out today to Jinro soju. This is a green grape. To all you soju drinkers out there, hit us up. In the comments. Do you drink soju? If you do, what's your favorite flavor?
Soldier, where you at, man? I know y'all Japanese people like edgy marketing. My boy over here, I feel like he the face for it.
I got some ideas though, like the
somewhat politically correct.
Soju boys. Do something with Soldier Boy. Soldier Boy, no Soldier Boy. So crazy. But anyway, back to the show. On the topic of promoting liquor, someone who's promoted and has a good liquor, legendary liquor is P. Diddy, with the Ciroc brand. And currently P. Diddy is locked up in behind bars. He's actually, I think he's in Suicide Watch. I think they moved him to Suicide Watch. But I mean, that's something that they do to high,
Pull a Epstein on you.
I don't know. They might, because they might be like, hey, you ain't gonna reveal all this stuff on Jay-Z and LeBron. We need you out.
You won't be missed.
But what? I think his family will miss him, because they just came out and they've been backing him. His mother came out to say that this does not sound like something that her son would do. Which
oh, for real, yeah. I mean, that's a good mom. But I mean, not a good mom in the way that she raised you.
What we talking about though? Are we talking about the sexual assault charges? Because we've been seeing, proof that some of these charges are falsified. Women hitting up text messages between them and like exes, or like friends saying, "Hey, can you vouch for me when I say that Diddy did this to me?" Blah blah blah. So all that 120. It's like,
so that video of him beating the shit out of Cassie.
That's a different thing. That's a different situation. Plus,
so all these allegations
that happened so long ago.
How you don't have allegations for like 30
You tell me, man.
Years,
Again, the whole Me Too thing, the whole Me Too. Where were y'all before?
Listen.
Where were y'all before?
Listen. Again, the whole Me Too thing, I agree with you. A lot of that shit was fugazi, and it was kind of like a proponent to create.
Saying it ain't true.
I'm not saying none of it was true.
Your claims are not true. I'm just saying, why are we coming out now?
Usually these things are created to establish a fall guy. I will agree with you.
That's what I'm saying.
Diddy, probably a fall guy for a bigger scheme at hand.
Yes.
That doesn't mean this motherfucker ain't guilty.
No, now we ain't saying he a freaky dude.
Nah, he beyond freaky. He be doing some.
And that is fine. There's some freaky dudes out there.
No, that is not fine.
If you think about it, there's some freaky people with money, or some freaky people.
I'm glad this motherfucker going down, because
if he's going down, LeBron, he's about to retire. I think
I agree with that too. I'm just saying, Diddy is one of the main guys that has sullied hip hop, that has like destroyed the culture.
Artist.
Huh?
He's an R&B artist.
No matter, he destroyed the culture of hip hop and R&B.
Culture.
He by the way, you can look into this too. He was tutored by Clive Davis, who was also a disgusting degenerate himself, part of the tribe, by the way. You can take that as you may.
Again, when you have that much money, you're gonna be a freaky dude.
I don't like that cop out. I don't like that cop out. They found the perfect candidate to use, the perfect puppet, Diddy.
Yeah,
perfect
that's true.
Puppet to use to destroy the community. Also have control over the industry. They got to put a black face to it. He was the perfect guy.
Are we really?
And now everything is coming down.
Controlling he didn't control.
No, he was the
big
puppet.
part.
He was the puppet being used to have a lot of influence within the industry.
It wasn't like he was the number one producer. Like, oh, you got to. It wasn't like
it wasn't like
Weinstein, where he was like the number one, like Weinstein Company movies. Like that was his thing.
It's pretty close to that. It's pretty close to that.
No.
Yeah, it is.
Because it was like Diddy, it's music, making the band. Whoever made it off that show.
You know who you are, bro.
Off that show, whoever
you know
made
who you
it
are
like
right
big.
Now? Hey, you know who you are right now?
Who?
You like what's that name? You know Rory and Mal? You like Mal right now, trying to defend you trying to defend Drake. You on that shit right now, bro.
Who from making the band ever made it big?
Huh?
Which one of Diddy's artists ever made it big? Making the band. It was just, Biggie was big. He had the whole bad boy thing. It's like, oh yeah, but Weinstein was the actual, like, he'll make or break you in the industry. That's someone who was like, damn, I really fear. Diddy is like, come on, man. Look, how many producers are there who's doing the same thing he's doing?
The evidence is out there, man.
The evidence is out. No,
and
he's still until proven guilty.
Until
proven guilty. Let's not put this. People just trying to make $1 off this man. Hulu. Oh, we got a P Diddy special.
Yeah,
rightfully
so. Rightfully so. I think people should leech this motherfucker for as much as you can get.
That's crazy.
Yeah, because he's been leeching off everybody else.
Just gave him the key to the city. Just gave him the key to the New York.
And they gave him the key to New York? Who's the mayor of New York? Huh? Who's the mayor of New York? Hey,
that's what I'm saying,
man.
Do
a poll. How many people love Mayor? What the hell his name was?
I forgot his name, man.
Mayor Adams. Whatever.
He just got
in
trouble for
stealing money. There's never been a good mayor in New York, huh?
Man, what is this? Spider-Man? Like, what are we talking about, bro? Like, come on. People are doing some crazy stuff behind. Look,
I'm glad these people are falling, man.
There's some worse things going, man.
Yeah, let them go, bro.
White people are doing worse. Who? And y'all just wanted white people. You want to come
don't blame white people on this shit,
You say,
bro.
Man, what about my bail? No bail. Did he kill somebody? Nah, he just trying to have a good time. He trying to feel good. Okay, he addicted to sex.
He content.
Damn.
He farming right now. He clip farming right now, bro. But hey, man, dude, if that's the position you want to hold, man, that's cool. I'm glad,
It's
man.
not a
Bring this
position. I'm just trying to
motherfucker
be
down,
fair,
bro.
man. Bring him down.
this motherfucker. This is the
LeBron.
definition of draining the swamp.
LeBron, you next, man.
I am with you on that. Hey, LeBron, Clips is out there. It's making the rounds.
Yep,
Ain't no
yep,
party
yep,
like
yep.
a Diddy party.
And they just no questions about it. Media day, LA. If I was a media guy, hey, LeBron, there's this meme going around about you and Diddy. You guys
They're
are
not
good
gonna ask
friends.
him.
You guys are good friends. Ain't no Diddy like a Diddy party. What did that mean? Come on, man.
Nobody's gonna ask him that.
Why
Look,
not?
Because they're still gonna sap some money out of LeBron. He's still the face of the league.
Untouchable. Hey, get that guy who asked that question.
Yeah, he's still no, literally they gonna do that. He's still the face of the league. You know what I'm saying?
That's
like I
true.
was telling you
That's
before
true,
the
yeah.
podcast. Hey, look, man, you LeBron James. You going city to city. You know what I'm saying? Like, you a married man and stuff. Come on, man.
Oh no,
You a married man going to the club you going to the club with everybody. You're not really, you know.
One of my favorite memes ever, and basketball season's coming up again, is that LeBron meme when they always have like LeBron, like something about LeBron, and it has the Aaron Paul from Breaking Bad, and he's always doing he can't keep getting away with it. That's my favorite meme ever because it's like, bro, like, come on. Ain't no did like ask him the question, man. They talk, oh, you playing with your son, right? Man, I remember when he was 5. I knew he was special. I seen it before. Like, who'd you see it? Like, do you have another kid that you saw that from? Like, he always capping. It's like, bro, like, I think there's a plan. They're gonna get him after he retires, right? Oh, LeBron, he's been caught up for this charge, blah, blah, blah. He was actually doing this stuff. They're gonna go, put him in prison, whatever. Then they're gonna start, where social media is going, all the, technology and stuff. They're gonna start doing like a prison league, like sports. LeBron's gonna be, 40-year-old Bron, like compared to other again, we're talking about prison, so we ain't talking about like athlete, but we got some hoopers though. We got some, we know some dudes from the block who, they've been in there, they some hoopers, some, convicts who, they could have been, should have been, but they was caught up in the street. Shout out to John Morant. But, and he's going to be there, and they're going to be like, okay, LeBron's going to be the best. He's going to be bringing in that, prison league, kind of like, what is the longest yard, So, yeah, I think that's,
I don't disagree with you. I think there's been a common formula anytime they build up somebody like they build up like a black figure.
A black man, yeah.
Then they find a way to break them down. They still got some money to make off of LeBron. He's still in the league. They still got to, market this whole father-son thing going on.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Once he's out of the league, they're going to find a way to get him for these.
He can't act. So, I mean, that's not.
Nah, he's just the worst liar, bro. He be capping like a motherfucker, man. Come on now.
So, yeah, after the league, it's like he's kind of done. He can't be a politician.
His time is his days are numbered. You know what I'm saying? By the way, look into LeBron's tattoos, if you look into the Boule Society, it'll tell you a lot about LeBron.
Man, very, very unfortunate. Again, until proven guilty, I mean, let's just stop with all the no Diddy. It's very disrespectful.
No, let's not stop. Let's keep it going.
It's disrespectful.
Yeah, keep disrespecting this motherfucker, man. Fuck Diddy. Yeah, man. Look, he might not agree. This is a fuck Diddy podcast, bro. Hell with Diddy, man. I'm glad he going down, bro. I'm glad he going down.
Someone can't have a bunch of baby oil. Like, if I could, I'd have a room of bulk of cocoa butter lotion, right? So that way I don't have to go to the store. It's just convenient. Buy in bulk.
Why don't you just call him?
If I'm that rich, that's what I'm saying. If I'm that rich, y'all don't understand. If I'm that rich, y'all got a bunch of baby oil. Let me just get 1,000 baby oils so I don't have to go and get.
He trying to be a bad boy for life, man. He trying to be a bad boy for life.
Hey, man. Shout out Will Smith and Martin Lawrence, bro. But, yeah.
Will Smith.
Hey, it was fun. It was fun. Season 2, Fourth Wall Podcast Show. Again, follow us at Fourth Wall Show on Instagram.
Man, we keeping the light on this one.
Hey, man, we just coming back. We came in strong. But, just a little taste. Shout out to, again, we're here in a new location. Shout out to Water the Plants.
Water the Plants, man. They're doing it right over here, man.
Do an episode here, testing out the waters. But hopefully we can work something out, and this will be a new location. You'll see us here more. So before we go, we do want to leave y'all with a little question at the bottom, where you guys can leave your comments. We had a buddy who was telling us, was this situation in Palestine a genocide or not? Is it considered genocide?
Got it.
We're trying to tell this man, like, hey, man, at least I'll be honest. I didn't say it was specific. I was just like, if it was left to, Israel, if they had their way, yeah, they would get rid of it. But it's because, obviously, they can't just say, like, hey, America, we want to commit a genocide. Can you guys help us? Which it's still obvious, but America's like, oh, yeah, we're going to help you guys.
It's going to be a poll?
It's a poll. Is this a genocide?
Let's do two polls. Let's do two polls.
The first poll is, do you consider what's going on to be a genocide or not?
And the
We
second
say
poll
it is.
The second poll
our
is.
buddy was saying it's not a genocide. It's not a genocide.
Okay,
Let us know in the comments.
Okay, fine. If that's gonna be the first, second poll could be this: was there really 6 million? Is that number real?
That's the bonus question.
That's the bonus question. Was there 6 million? Be honest. Was there 6 million? Do the math. How many people got to go into? Never mind.
But,
hey, look. America first. America only. Actually. Hashtag America only. Hashtag, shout out to Hamas, man. They doing God's work out there. You know what I'm saying?
My prayers go out to Hamas and all of the people, tied into that war. Both sides. Again, it's
not really
if you're
a
missing
war,
family.
but...
If you're missing family, and you're not even part of the war.
Shout out Hamas. Shout out Iran.
It's unfortunate.
Shout out Lebanon. Shout out Syria. All the people in the Middle East.
All the people who are affected by the crossfire, okay? If you are part of it, like Netanyahu or whatever his name is, the prime minister, then yeah, you can,
Netanyahu die slow, bitch. On some real shit,
I just
bro.
didn't want to say all that, but man.
If there's anything about, look, America first always, just understand this, that Netanyahu guy is the guy that's controlling our government right now. So if you're not somebody against him, if you ain't got the same energy for him, die slow, you're not a real American.
Telling them what to do.
You're not a real American.
Y'all better help us, or else it's gonna be. I'm like, damn.
We have a pseudo president, but that's the emperor. Just understand that. You watch Star Wars? That's Darth Vader right there. No, that's not even Darth Vader. That's what's that dude name? Ugly ass dude with a crusty ass face. What's the name? Darth Sidious, Emperor Palpatine. That's Emperor Palpatine right there, man.
But yeah, we'll continue to update you guys again. Months coming in, president. Who's gonna be the next president? We got this ongoing.
Who's gonna be the next puppet?
Who's gonna be? We got this Israel Palestine thing going on. Who's gonna come out?
You want bug poison or rat poison? What's it gonna be?
It's crazy times, man. But like we said before, find your ticket out of here. Till next time. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night.